Hi everybody, today I want to share a topic that I find fascinating. I've been researching it for a while, and that is witches and the correlation between why women are afraid to speak their truth and what they may have experienced in the past life as a trauma. So here are 10 fascinating, amazing facts about witches. Number 1, the witch represents a part of us that was censored. Witchcraft was labeled as dark, taboo, and was taught to be afraid of it. A witch was and is a woman that is completely in her power. She is connected to nature and is not afraid to witness the dark and light side of life. When a woman is fearful to speak out, to be heard and fully express herself, it's because she is fearful of the witch inside her. Number 2, bath ritual for cleansing. The water element in witchcraft is for purifying and it's for cleansing physically, mentally, spiritually. Before a circle or even a spell, witches tend to soak in a bath. So here's a little recipe for a rose petal bath. Collect in advance water from a natural source like a river or an ocean or a pond and have that in a little bottle. Put in the bath rose petals, rose oil, like a few drops, bath salts, 3 small cups of bath salt, then a cup of the natural water. Put in rose quartz. Fill in the bath and soak in the bath, and on the side light a candle with rose oil. And while you're in the tub, think about everything you want to wash away. In the end of the bath, it's common to have like a festive drink to represent a sort of accomplishment or victory or something you want to celebrate. Number 3, witches celebrate the different phases of the moon. So the moon plays a big part in the rituals and in casting spells. There is different magic to different phases of the moon. So first of all, new moon magic is for blessing new projects or ventures. Waxing moon magic is attraction magic, love spells, protection. Full moon magic is anything that's connected to spirituality, setting plans, banishing unwanted influences. Waning moon magic is letting go of negative emotions, diseases, bad habits, and perform spells for clearing. And then there is dark moon. Dark moon is where you can see no moon in the sky. It's a little different than new moon. New moon is when a little moon appears. So the dark moon is better not to do any spells on these days and really go inward and meditate. Number 4, witches collect their spells in a book called The Book of Shadows. This is a personal book for every witch. In there she collects recipes, spells, and marks what works, what doesn't work. It's just a representation of her experiments. And just a little note about that, a spell is not necessarily a one-time event and that's it. Sometimes you can conduct let's say small sachet and wear that during the month. So in the book you will also have information about what you did and how it affected. Number 5, witches cast spells according to the day of the week. So each day is considered to be ruled by a different planet and has a different energy. So for example, if you want to have a love spell, it would be better to perform it on Friday. Number 6, witches meditate on objects to get information. So for each woman or each witch, there's a different technique that she might like, but the idea is to focus on an object when you ask a question, and then in the object you start to see patterns and images and start to get visions. It's actually a meditation. So you can meditate on crystals, water, glass, mirrors, candle flames. I personally think this is an amazing technique. Number 7, witches are scary to be around. So why is a witch scary to be around? First of all, a witch doesn't answer to anybody or anything. She is a woman to herself and is very connected to her intuition. That can be sometimes very intimidating for people who are not connected to their intuition. Witch also is not afraid to speak her truth and some people don't want to hear the real truth. Witches also understand the power of words. So let's just think, when we say a spell, right? Spell is like spelling, right? The combinations of words together create the intention for something. So when a witch speaks, she understands the power of her words. And by the way, the most important part of every spell is your intention and the words or the thoughts that you put into that spell. You can put the crystals and the candles and the colors and the flowers and the herbs and the smoke and everything, but the most important part is what you write down, what you say out loud. Number 8, there are different kinds of witches. According to my research, there are at least 20 kinds. So here I'm going to share with you 3 kinds so you can see that witches can be different from each other and believe in different things. Wicca. Wicca is very popular and they believe in the power of the god and goddess. So that source comes and manifests in 2 different forms, the male and female. So that when they worship the god and the goddess. So there will always be on the altar like candle for the god and the candle for the goddess and elements that represent each of them. Another thing to know about Wiccans is the threefold law, which means whatever good I do in the world, it would come back to me 3 times, and whatever bad I do in the world, it would come back to me 3 times in this lifetime. And one of the other leading ideas of Wicca is that they don't want to hurt anybody. The Dianic witch focuses on the power of the goddess Diana and worships only her, so it's worshipping a female energy. Dianic witches' rituals involved reclaiming female power and combining politics with spirituality. Hoodoo witch. Oh, this is pretty hardcore. This is the practice of African American and Native American folk medicine and magic. The magic work in hoodoo is performed with sticks, stones, roots, bones, personal possessions of people, and body fluids. Number 9, witches mark the beginning of the year in October 31st or November 1st. It is an ancient festival paying respect to the dead. It's the beginning of winter when nature goes inwards. Some say it is the best time to reconnect with loved ones who have passed away. Number 10, the witch's broom represents sweeping out negativity. So the broom is also part of some rituals. Basically, it's a symbolic way to sweep away energy. Some witches put their broom next to their front door, and when somebody leaves the house and they want the energy to leave too, they would sweep the doorway. I hope this helped you understand a little more about witches. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.